So today we have something green, something leafy, and yum.
That's easy. That's easy. It's got to be palak.
It is awesome.
Yeah, I've always liked green leafy vegetables. I come from a Punjabi household, so every winters we the sarson ka saag and the makki ki roti that goes with it, with a dollop of butter and maybe some good on the side, some jaggery, was like a winter must-have.
It is even in my home. I mean, people have this kind of a misconception that Bengalis are non-vegetarian, so we don't consume a lot of vegetarian.
Hello everyone, this is Sanjana. And I'm Tejasvini, and welcome to the Secret Ingredient Podcast, where Sanjana and I try different dishes from across the country.
With one secret ingredient which ties all of them together.
We've tried 5 different dishes by now.
And if this is the first one you're watching, I would encourage you all to go back, look at all of them.
Yeah, we've covered different, very versatile and a variety of dishes so far. And I think it would be an interesting journey for you to check the other ones out as well.
Truly, truly, it's yum. And I'm describing recipes of all of them, so listen carefully. Yes. So today we have something green, something leafy, and yum.
That's easy. That's easy. It's got to be palak.
It is awesome, but it is. But what with palak? What do you love the best with palak?
I mean, the classic is Palak Paneer, and if you made Palak Paneer for us, I think we can't wait any longer. It's time to unveil and dig in.
Yes, today is your lucky day because we are having Palak Paneer and I've made it in a very homey, rustic way and I really hope you like it. So let's unveil it, like you said.
I can't wait. And for a change, maybe I'll serve you.
Oh, how nice. That's truly very kind. Okay, first
wow.
impressions, how does it look to you?
That looks really yum. And I love the extra bit of cream on top.
Yes, a bit of garnish. There's no harm in an extra bit of garnish with cream. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Maybe some more curry.
Yes.
And I'll put for myself as well. This is, of course, again, a household staple.
It is even in my home. I mean, people have this kind of a misconception that Bengalis are non-vegetarian, so we don't consume a lot of vegetarian food, but we do. And palak and a lot of saags. I mean, I will get into the details of it. But then, yeah, I love the palak paneer which is cooked in my home, and this is my mom's recipe. I really hope you like it. So let's have a taste.
Oh, let's see how it compares to what we make back at home. So yeah, take your help yourself.
I think, don't you think palak paneer tastes best with roti or, parathas?
Yeah. Again, roti, paratha, that's a favorite. But also if there's like dal, chawal, I think it just adds an extra flavor.
Surely.
To have that sabzi on the side. Tell me something. Did you grow up liking green leafy vegetables, or like all the other kids, you steered away from them?
So, my mom was and is pretty strict when it comes to eating vegetables. So she made sure that I eat, and none of my opinions or tantrums were heard. So I ate and I learned to, appreciate it over the years. I mean, just in Saag banta tha, I used to make a face, but then I used to have it. And now I love it. I mean, I've mentioned earlier in so many conversations that we had that a lot of love for food and cooking has happened over the years when I started cooking myself. So yes, spinach is palak is something I used to like as a kid. I wouldn't say. I did make a face and be like, no, I don't want to eat. But then I love it now, truly. And what about you?
Yeah, I've always liked green leafy vegetables actually. Palak, of course. I also like methi. Methi aloo being a favorite of mine. And of course, the sarson ka saag. I come from a Punjabi household, so every winters, the sarson ka saag and the makki ki roti that goes with it, with a dollop of butter and maybe some good on the side, some jaggery, was like a winter must-have.
You know,
And it was always interesting to see how both my grandmothers would make slightly different versions of it, where as in my dadi's house, the saag would be a little bit richer, slightly sweeter, and of course going with the makki ki roti. And at my nani's house, it would be a little bit nuttier, and both were very unique but very delicious.
wow, sounds delicious. When you say nuttier, was there like a cashew paste or something like that used in the curry?
She used to prepare her dishes, they used to all be very light, so not very rich. So I doubt she used cashew paste, but it was just, I think, the rustic flavor of the saag itself that she used to be able to bring out in her cooking.
How lovely.
Yeah. What about you? What are some, other than palak paneer, what are some, green leafy vegetable based dishes you've grown up with?
So my mom makes this, one recipe. That's begun diye saag bhaja. It means bangan with palak, and it's a very simple recipe. There is some kind of a mustard oil, pimak, kachigani mustard oil is used. We temper the oil with some nigella seeds, that's kalonji. We call it kalo jeera, and dry red chili. So you can go ahead and add some chopped garlic for a boost of flavor, and then you fry your bangan in it, like chopped small bangan, and you can beforehand blanch the saag, the palak, or you can just add it, and mix everything together till it's nicely cooked and serve it hot with some rice. So this is the most basic, simple recipe anyone can make, and this is what my mom used to make it,
That
and
is
absolutely love it.
That is such a unique flavor combination. I've never heard of spinach with like eggplant. So I think actually through this series, I'm feeling like I'm going to have to plan a trip to Kolkata very soon to try all these like local delicacies and also just the simple lunches and meals that you have back home.
You'll have a great time because I think West Bengal and Kolkata is a gastronomical feast of a spot, and you'll have a wonderful time there. And I stay in Bombay, but anytime you're in Bombay, you're welcomed at my home. I would love to cook a feast for you, all vegetarian.
I would love that.
Yeah.
So we haven't gotten into the recipe and I've just been eating. So why don't you tell me about how you prepared this?
So
palak
this is
paneer?
a very simple, homey recipe. Basically, you take the spinach, you clean it well, you can chop it, or else just you blanch it for a minute in boiling water, and then you put the spinach into an ice bath so that it stops the cooking process, and we can maintain the bright green color. And then you grind it into a paste with some coriander leaves, green chilies, and some adrak, some ginger. Once the paste is ready, we make a simple base like a tomato onion base. Temper pimak kachigani mustard oil with some jeera, dry red chili, some ginger garlic paste, onion, fry it well. Go ahead with the tomato puree, and then the basic masalas of coriander powder, cumin powder, chili powder. If you're open to it, some kitchen king masala or garam masala. And then once the raw smell of the tomatoes is gone and you see oil on the sides, you add the blanched spinach puree and you cook that well, and make sure you don't cover it, because I did make a small tiny mistake while I was making this. It's completely slipped my mind. If you want it to maintain the bright beautiful green color, don't cover it, because if you do cover it, it will go away. And but then I managed to bring the green color back by adding fresh cream to it. Yeah, so you cook the spinach and the tomato base pretty well, and once it's all cooked, the seasoning and masalas has been taken care of, Add the cubed paneer, the chopped paneer to it. Like malai paneer would be the best option for this, and you don't need to fry it. You don't need to soak it in salted water because we are keeping it simple. And then you finish it out with some garam masala, some dry roasted kasuri methi, chopped coriander, some fresh cream from top. Yeah, you can add the fresh cream in the base itself, and then some more for garnish, and garnish it with some sliced ginger. Simple.
It's really good, I have to say. And also the slight mistake you mentioned, I don't really see it, so I think only you're aware of that.
Yeah, I am very happy that you didn't see the mistake at all. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, and it's honestly really good and sad and yummy. So you mentioned malai paneer, and the classic is the palak paneer. But there are other versions of this dish too. So I mean, something that's gaining popularity, I think, is Palak Corn. You find it especially at like functions, like wedding functions and things like that. Though I have to say that even though I endorse potato in all forms, there's one place where I draw the line, and that is aloo palak. I think I have occasionally seen that as well, but I don't endorse it. Are there any other kind of vegetables you see that can be paired well with this type of palak spinach puree?
I think when you mentioned palak corn, I think that is a very wonderful alternative. One different change I would, maybe make this the exact same way. Add your corn to it, and add a garlic tadka towards the end, like in a different like in a tadka pan. Add some ghee, chopped garlic, and a bit of chili flakes or red chili powder. And then when the garlic is sizzling and the garlicky smell notes hit your nose, it's ready. And you add that tadka, and the whole combination of palak, corn with the garlic flavor would taste amazing. And one more ingredient which I would love to add in this is mushroom. Yeah.
Oh yes, I think I've come across that. I think that would really add that additional bite to this dish.
Exactly. I love mushroom, corn, and spinach. The whole combination is too yum, too yum. Yeah, so when you add, there's an addition of mushroom, corn into your palak paneer. Paneer nikali though. So I think it's a great vegan alternative.
Definitely, and
Yeah.
if you remove the cream,
Yeah.
then it's a great vegan, nutritious dish,
Yeah,
right? Another thing, veering very far away from vegan meals, though, something I've seen online because I love consuming food content. I'll be honest, all the what I eat in a day, quick recipes, all of that, is that I have stumbled across palak chicken. Have you ever tried that?
Yes, I've made it myself. Palak chicken is great. It goes very well with chicken. I wouldn't say so good with mutton dishes, but then with chicken, yeah, palak chicken or green chicken, as you would call it, or haryali chicken. So I think not only palak, a combination of three leafy vegetables, some palak, mint, and coriander. So you blanch the palak and you blend it with coriander leaves and mint leaves, some green chilies and adrak and lehsun, lots of lehsun in it. And the puree is ready, and a similar kind of a tomato onion base. And then you roast the chicken pieces in the same base, you add some water, and you finish it off in the same similar manner. And I think, yeah, palak chicken is a great thing. And at times my mom makes it, I make it on Sundays. I love it. It's a personal favorite at home. And what a coincidence you mentioned it. It's lovely.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love that it's such a versatile ingredient, and it can be added in such an easy way to so many into so many dishes, right? One thing that we do often at home is that we'll be in like simple yellow dal. I will often just tell my didi to put some spinach in it just to add that extra flavor and get in some more fiber, I suppose. And also in chickpea curries, there are some chickpea curries where you can just add a little bit of spinach to it, again, very delicious and very nutritious.
You know, I haven't tried that. I haven't tried chickpea with palak or any kind of a leafy vegetable. I think that's a great way to consume it, and I need to try it myself. This is the first time I'm hearing about it, but to me it came a bit of odd. But then I'm all about odd food. I would love to try it. I do love palak dal as well. मेरे घर पे काफी often बनता है. मैं खुद बनाती हूँ, and yeah, that's a delicious one.
So tell me, Sanjana, we're having palak paneer, but what are some other, and we've spoken at length about spinach in particular, what are some other leafy veg, like greens, that you really like or don't like?
So I really like methi. Methi has to be my most favorite. Methi saag we call it, and there are variety of ways you can make it. I love methi chicken, methi malai matar, and tastes fantastic. I swear to you, tastes amazing with kachi ghani mustard oil. I think leafy vegetables are often considered to be kadwa, bitter, and even mustard oil is called kadwa tel. I kind of have a very contrasting opinion to that. I think when both of them blend together, it enhances the flavor and the result is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And you won't believe there are so many other regions and communities in India which have like a similar kind of a mentality of using mustard oil with leafy vegetables. Like a lot of Pahadi cuisine which is around leafy vegetables, they make sure to use mustard oil in them. There's even Kashmiri cuisine, relies heavily on the use of mustard oil. There is there is this dish called Kashmiri haq, which is again a leafy vegetable dish which uses mustard oil in it. Fantastic! Like, this is something you must try. As a vegetarian, you'll fall in love with it in an instant.
Absolutely. And then there's the infamous sarson ka saag, जिसमें नाम में ही सरसों है. So I think it's definitely very strong pairing, and it adds that additional flavor to it, right? So tell me, what is your least favorite?
There's this saag called mulo saag. So it's mooli ka, the leafy part of a mooli. I do not like it. It's too strong for me. I just don't.
Oh, I've never tried that. In fact, I didn't even know that that part of the vegetable was used for cooking.
Yeah. So it's a seasonal thing, and I'm not a big fan of it. I'm glad you haven't tried it yet. But then there'll be people, who'll fight with me and be like, no, it's delicious. It's just you who does not like it. And I agree. Yeah. I do not like it. And someday maybe I'll learn to appreciate it, but not today. And I would, throw back the same question to you. Which is your favorite leafy vegetable and which is your least?
So honestly, I like most. So I can't pick a leafy vegetable I don't like. Like I said, I like spinach, and you can use it in also so many different forms. You can use baby spinach in even sandwiches and salads, and like more westernized dishes as well. And I love methi just like you. I think even in other dishes it adds that additional flavor. But aloo methi is something I've grown up with, so I really, really enjoy that. You can also add methi. We often do this at home too, like paratha, sometimes even to the makki ki roti. So I like all, but I'll tell you one form of leafy greens that I don't like. I've grown to realize that I don't enjoy wilted spinach as much. I like it pureed, I like it fresh, but that texture, somehow I've grown to not like it very much.
Yeah, I totally get it. In the early episode when we discussed bhindi, I remember mentioning that I'm not a very big fan of the sliminess of bhindi. So I totally understand when you get, there are certain textures in food which can be, eek. There is some kind of a thing, we all just come from different backgrounds and we all have different tastes. So I totally relate to that. There's something about the texture which can be a turn off.
Definitely. But I mean, overall, it's good that both of us consume and really seem to enjoy leafy vegetables, it gives the, it sends me back to watching Popeye
Exactly.
and that can of spinach that whenever he would consume and he would become strong and healthy.
Yeah. I think Popeye did such great PR for spinach. I mean, great marketing. Like, and it's a super old cartoon, which was, I think, made to encourage kids to consume more leafy vegetables and spinach to be more accurate. And yeah, I mean, I was that one kid, like I mentioned earlier, that I was like, I would throw a tantrum and be like, no spinach. I would eat it with like, but by making a, face. And Popeye kind of did help. It was entertaining and fun to watch and came with a great message ki eat your veggies, eat your green veggies, and you'll be strong like Popeye. And yeah, that was so cool, don't you think?
Yeah, I was obsessed with the show actually. In fact, I had a fixed evening routine where it would be half an hour of Popeye, followed by half an hour of Richie Rich, and half an hour of Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon. Something about you had an evening routine. I had a morning routine. So weekend morning for me would be dedicated to Tom and Jerry, and उसके बाद Popeye, and it would end with Pokemon. Like early morning, and I think Justice League भी देख लेते थे. Like, and all of this somehow there was this one mischievous show, one spinach eating show, and Justice League about saving the day. So somehow it was like have fun, eat your veggies, and then save the day. I don't know what connection I'm trying to say, but then yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, we back in the day, Cartoon Network and Pogo, it's making me nostalgic. We had great content to consume back then.
That's
Yeah.
so true. I wonder what kids watch now.
Yeah, Chota Bheem. I mean, it's good.
Or
Yeah.
online, right? We
Yeah,
didn't grow up with
yeah,
laptops around us.
Somewhere there should be something about Palak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eat your veggies. I think I can do that. Like, I can start a series around how eating your veggies is great, especially for kids. Something around it. That's a great idea. I'll work on it.
Yeah, especially an interesting way of putting that across and sneaky ways of incorporating these greens in your recipes, right?
So Tejaswini, I have gotten to know that you love traveling, and you've traveled pretty much a lot. So in your food journey internationally, which is that one spinach dish which you absolutely love, or any leafy vegetable dish?
You know what? You're right. I do love traveling and trying different types of cuisines and flavors. I really enjoy that. I'll tell you some unique spinach or green dishes that I've had that are interesting. One, of course, is becoming quite popular in general is putting spinach on pizza, especially with some artichoke, sun-dried tomatoes. That's absolutely delicious. Also, an easy way of incorporating spinach into your diet is the pizza, but also pasta. Like, you can just chop some spinach and add it to your pasta for that additional, again, nutrition. And another dish that I've had is crispy spinach. It has more oriental flavors. So sometimes it's paired with chicken, sometimes with tofu, but it's just essentially deep fried spinach, or sometimes also kale. That is, and it's got that crunch and it's light. It's like a snack almost. So that I would say would also be kind of an interesting use of the ingredient. What about you? Are there like easy ways that you can suggest of incorporating spinach, and especially if you have a busy life?
I think a great way to do this, and which is not Indian and which I personally like a lot, would be two dishes. One, I personally love cream of spinach, like a creamy, comforting spinach soup, which you can have on a rainy evening or a winter night. I mean, I think that's fantastic. Like a pureed spinach with cream in it. You can add, garlic, like a butter garlic kind of a tempering, I think that's a really good option. Or I really like a spinach corn sandwich with some cheese.
Oh, yes, definitely. That's another, and I think you get that a lot, especially if you're out and about in the day and you pop into some of these, stores. You get those cheesy corn and like
Yeah, yeah,
spinach
I think
sandwiches. Yeah.
that's a great alternative for a go-to meal. Like if you're on the run, you're running late for a meeting, office work, you left your home on an empty stomach. You can prep that yourself at home, or else you can grab it anywhere. Like a spinach corn sandwich with some cheese. I think it's a pretty classic thing. It is slowly becoming a classic choice. And I think it tastes fantastic, and I love it myself. I make it myself, and I like it at certain cafes. They serve it. I think that's a great option.
I have to agree with you. In fact, I came across a dip that was very similar in flavor with some spinach and some cheese.
Awesome, awesome. So now that we have come to the end of our podcast series, I have to ask you, which was your favorite dish among all of it, and which one did you have the most amazing time shooting?
You're right. Like, I don't know how the time has gone, and we've already tried 6 dishes now. And you've cooked all of them for us, so thank you. And it would be difficult to pick, especially because they're all so different. Like, they add a very different aspect to the meal. Like, you had the chili pickle, which I would have as a side dish, especially with the matri, and that's yum. The eggplant bhaja was absolutely delicious. Especially, I guess I'm feeling a little snacky right now, so I'm picking those options. What about you? Which was your favorite?
Because I cooked all of them. They're all my creations. I cannot pick a favorite. But I had a great time shooting each episode. We got to know so much through our conversations, and we broke bread with each other, chapati, roti, and that truly connects. And I love eating, and all of them were my favorite. I personally would pick chicken bhuna today because I'm absolutely so proud that I made it. And I loved all of them when it comes to eating. I'm a foodie, but chicken bhuna is the one I'm proud of. Yeah.
I was actually going to say that it may sound odd coming as a vegetarian, but maybe even I would pick the chicken bhuna because the bite of that curry was absolutely delicious.
Success and validation. Awesome, awesome. I'm really, 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 really happy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really enjoyed this, this series and this journey. I've learned about so many dishes. I've learned about how mustard oil is used in a variety of different dishes, from snacks to pickles to main dishes, and across states, I think. So that was also a very interesting journey to be a part of.
Same here, and through you, I got to know so many different perspectives and different opinions on food, and how, in different parts of the country, people like to consume the same thing in a very different manner, which I wasn't aware about. And every day is a learning process. And this few episodes, it was a huge, huge learning lesson for me, and I love it. I had a great time. I feel enlightened, to be honest.
That's amazing. And, honestly, I can just keep talking about food. So this was a blast.
Truly, truly, from my end as well. I had a great time, truly.
Okay, so then it's time to wrap up.
Yes, it's a wrap up time, and I hope you all had a great time listening. You all are tempted to try these recipes, tempted to know more about, food, and you are enlightened just as much as us. And that is all with the series, and I think this is a great note to end to. What do you think?
Definitely. And I would also say that if this was the first episode you stumbled upon, do check out the rest of the episodes as part of this series and learn about these various interesting dishes. Thank you so much, Sanjana.
Thank you for having me. I had a lovely time.